says, well, I'm just telling you right now, you ought to keep this kid and get rid of some of these other guys. I was fortunate enough to get booked with Jardine, Don Jardine, who's the spoiler. And he really, he gave me offense and let me do some things to him that like people in his, at his level didn't have to do. And I always was just like really impressed because it was not the norm for the time period. And again, and then also Bruiser Brody, I worked with him one time, my very first professional match for a real company. I worked with Brody, and he kicked the shit out of me, like Brody would do. But in the dressing room, when I go back, he was like, I think Gary Hart might have been the booker at that point. Gary Hart, it was Gary Hart. And he was like right there in the middle of the dressing room. I wish he would have picked a better spot. So I come in to thank him, for the match and, get any kind of feedback that he had for me. And, Gary was there too. And he was like, well, hey, what are you going to do with this kid? And he goes, we're kind of, and they were looking for somewhere else to ship me because they didn't have a spot, right? They were trying to send me somewhere else. And, he goes, yeah, we're trying to find you some place to go to work. And, Brody says, well, I'm just telling you right now, you ought to keep this kid and get rid of some of these other guys. And I'm in the middle. I'm like, I'm overwhelmed by the compliment, but I'm also like, dude, there's some salty old timers in here that are not going to appreciate that one bit. Like, and of course they weren't going to say anything to Brody. So,
right.
But for him after one match, to kind of give me that endorsement really meant a lot to me. So I would say Brody and Jardine. And then obviously through, once I got to WWF at the time, WWE, Jake was really hands-on with me. I learned so much from Jake, man. It was crazy, good and bad. But I used it all though. So